installing bookends. So this is a fun one. This is a huge concept that has a major impact on our ability to go from working an 8-9 hour workday to a shorter 5-6 hour workday and still being as or more productive. So huge concept I want to share with you. It's the second kind of proactive tool in the third phase of the productivity pyramid, if you've been following along with that in my other videos. So the term bookends is referenced by Darren Hardy in his book, The Compound Effect. And he basically just makes the case that we have the most control over our beginning and end of our day. That's when we have the most control. And a lot of other habit formation books make this case as well. This is a perfect time to do habit stacking and start to build in protocols on existing routines. So most of what I've talked about in my videos has had a direct impact on productivity at work. Almost everything I've talked about has had to do with how we've become more productive in a shorter workday at work. But this probably has I believe it has a much bigger impact on your life outside of work, and how you're more present and more mindful and more intentional outside of work. And I'll get into that in a little bit, why that is. But first, I want to just kind of go over the two main points that I'd like to make in this video. The first is how to install bookends. What does an AM and PM bookend look like? Two, how to optimize bookends so that you have more control over your day, more visibility, so you can continue to iterate and improve and spiral up within those bookends. So now I've been talking with a number of corporate performance coaches, productivity coaches, and the feedback they get from their clients, the majority of their clients say this is the number one most helpful concept. It can be people that are working, obviously, a traditional 40-hour work week, but a lot of these are high charging professionals that are working ridiculous workloads. And so they're like, by putting a clear start and stop on my day has been a game changer. So I want to get into what this looks like. So an AM bookend, how do you install an AM bookend? Just find a clear start to the day and start to build protocols around that. And kind of the main concept here is to start proactive, whereas most people start their day in reactive mode. And I think you know what I mean. Most people start their day by opening their computer and immediately opening their inbox. All the messages start coming to them. And then they, before the 5-hour workday years ago, 6-7 years ago, I always started my workday by opening my inbox first. And then it would lead to a bunch of frantic email responses, phone calls, meetings. And then by the time I got to the one most important proactive or creative thing that I wanted to do for that day, my mind was toast. In the mornings, your mind is calm. It's when you're the most well rested, and it's when you have the best chance of being more focused on work. By the time I got to later in the day, after I'd followed that inbox, rabbit hole for hours, I just didn't have the focus to do that. So I just kicked the can down the road. So it's that AM is where you set up the day to win the day. You have a plan. You identify, this is the most important thing I want to do today, and I'm going to do that as soon as possible. Because if I do that, I've pretty much won the day. And then the inbox and all that reactive stuff comes after that. And we talked about time blocking in the last video. So this is when you can really dial in your time blocking and kind of optimize and get that dialed in for you. Everyone's going to be different. So identify an ideal start and stop and put it on your calendar. And, the key word here is, I have a clear start and end of my day. End of my day. Do you have a clear ending of your day? Speaking with a lot of people that I work with, friends and whatnot, not everybody does. Some people just perpetually are always kind of on. Whether they're actively thinking about work, they're at least subconsciously thinking about work because they have not ended their day with a PM bookend. So the PM bookend is a time to review your day. What did I accomplish? What's my plan for tomorrow? And then shutdown complete. And shutdown complete's a Cal Newport. I talked about deep work in the last video as it applies to time blocks. This is an even bigger concept from Cal Newport, is shutdown complete. At the end of the day, I can confidently say what I did and I can shut down complete. As opposed to prior to that, if someone said, how was your day? I would just say, yeah, I was busy. What did I accomplish? I can't really tell you. I was busy. Whereas when you shut down complete and you end your day with a tight PM protocol, I can tell you exactly what I did today. And if I didn't get everything I wanted to get done, I've got a plan for tomorrow. So now you're in control of your day. A good day starts with the PM. So being able to properly shut down and then properly get good rest gets you dialed in for a really good next day, a good AM. So that's how to install time block, install bookends at a high level. Now I want to talk about optimizing bookends. There's a few points I want to make real quick. Habit stacking. I talked about habit books, talk about this concept, beginning and end of day. Habit stacking is the best way to start this protocol right now. I would recommend starting the shutdown complete as your very first habit if you don't already do that. Second might be not starting your day with your inbox. So before I open my computer, I will, whatever that proactive thing is that you want to install. I want to meditate for 5 minutes. I want to journal for 5 minutes or do gratitude journaling. Whatever that is, use that as the routine to install that tiny habit at the beginning of the day. And at the end of the day, once I've reviewed my day, I'm going to physically close my computer and say shutdown complete. And the more times you do that, after several days and weeks, your mind will start to learn that means, hey, I'm no longer working. I don't need to think about work. And that allows you to move from deep work to deep fun. What I mean by that is just like you were in flow in those deep work time blocks, now you can be in flow with your family, doing things that you love to do, hobbies, sports, learning, you're learning a new language or whatever it is. You're fully present. So you're getting so much more out of life outside of work, which leads to just being healthier, enjoying life more. So that's why at the beginning of this video, I said, this concept has a bigger impact outside of work than directly related to productivity. Productivity is a side effect of a good bookend protocol. And then lastly, I just want to introduce you to this concept of energy management versus time management. I truly believe energy management is way more important than time management, because if your energy protocols aren't dialed in, if you're not getting good sleep, you're not exercising, you're not eating good food, it doesn't matter how good your time management is if you've got brain fog and you can't focus and you're tired and you don't feel good at work. It doesn't matter. So time management, yes, it's important, but first energy management needs to be dialed in, and the AM and the PM bookend protocols before you start work and when you're shutting your work down is when you review. It's the best time to review those energy protocols. So I track 6 different energy protocols on a daily basis to fully dial in my energy so I can bring the best possible version of myself to work. And then I can bring the best possible version of myself to my family and to the things I do outside of work. If you were to just start tracking 3, I would recommend sleep. Start with sleep, eat, and move. Are you eating good? Are you exercising? Are you sleeping well? And track those. It's a fact that what you track is improved. So what's trackable is improvable. Studies say that just by giving someone like a Garmin, that's what I use, or a Ring or some kind of tracker, all of a sudden when they track sleep, their sleep improves. Just by tracking their steps, they walk more. And when your health improves, your energy improves, your focus improves. And again, that's why I say the side effect is productivity. So I just want to end by reiterating on the biggest concept from this whole video is shutdown complete. This Cal Newport style. At the end of the day, I don't care when it is, just find a time that you can definitively say, I'm not going to revisit my inbox. I'm not going to make any more work phone calls. I'm not going to create any more reports. Whatever your work is, shut the computer down, and say shutdown complete. So I hope this video was helpful, and I'm going to be getting into more topics that kind of build upon this in the next video.